It's about 12:30 again. I don't know why does it take me so long to start. I'm built for summer because I can start at this time. Start like after 11. I normally work up until like 8, half 8 or something. But during the winter, I might as well just hibernate, eh? Right. I started editing last night. I'm splitting this into 3 now. There was a natural break where I could just cut it and it was less than 10 minutes. Sorry, 20 minutes. So I think I'm going to do this on a 3-parter. I just need to rely on there hopefully being a natural break in this. So I've been thinking about this again a lot. Now it is frustrating that obviously I've had to have a front fixing. If I can get the expanding foam tape as close to this as possible, then hopefully it won't show through the front on the fixing. This I'm not too happy with though, and I reckon I'm gonna cut that, because if you look at this, that bit there has been compressed a bit more. Oh, and I think I might take these back screws out and then just put, oh no, yeah, I'm gonna sneak them out a little bit and put some silicone around it, or maybe I'll put it over the top. So yeah, just make sure that no water goes down the back, because he's not going to be able to get to the front channel now, is it? Are you keeping the silicone warm with your butt? Now I've wrapped up again. He's sitting on it. Arthur, good job. Good job. I'll cut directly down the corner. I haven't cut all the way through, but I've just, maybe that's like 2/3 of the way through. It's released that tension and opened it up, so you can see it's a bit more square now. I've got some leftover EPS foam from the cavity closers, so if I cut like a little wedge, I can glue that in place and then I'll feel better about that corner. I just turn it over and then I notice this. So that's been cut short. So there's a gap there. So I'm going to sort that out in a second. But can you see that daylight on that edge? So that edge just there hasn't closed up quite enough. I've redone the screw and I managed to take out a little bit of it, but it's still there. So if you can imagine, like, cold air is going to come through there. If I didn't put that extra insulation in there, it would just get all the way through to the back. So I think, right, so I'm going to put some more EPS in there. Let's cut to size. Right, that will take care of that. And then after I've fitted them, I'll come back and I'm going to silicone down there with the black. Right, let's get going. I could really do with like an assistant to hold this whilst I stick it round, but you see that's not happening. Where's the start of this? What do I want to do? So you have to cut it at a slant on the joint. I've done it at the bottom underneath the sill. Round the corners you have to like pinch it like this. Can you see that? That gives it a chance of actually getting in the corners. So I'm all the way around. I just need to cut out where the packers are going to go now. I'm not using them ones because I can't go around the fixing, so I'm just going to use the standard ones. I just need to cut out little squares at the back. Unless I could probably just do it without, actually, because it only needs to get to there. This air tightness thing, if there's a gap there, the air's just going to get round, surely. I paid extra money to get this bit, essentially, but it's not going to do anything because of that gap there, isn't it? Can you see that? Yeah, I'm not going to bother. I've still got maybe 5mm for a packer. or when I cut it off, do you reckon it'll stay there? Oh fuck it, let's just whack it in. I tell you what, this is a lot easier without the sashes in or whatever they're bloody are called. Bowls. Right, let's get that back out. Wanker. Fucking arseholes. Right, I couldn't get it in because of the these snots up here. Right, it's in kind of at the moment. I need to line it up properly. I'm thinking maybe I should have cut out the expanding tape around the bottom because I can go further in on the things. Should I take that back out? Oh, I don't know. Right, let's just go with it. No, yeah. Should we go with it? Should I take it out? Shall I leave it in? Shall I take it out? I changed my mind, I'm taking it back out. I think I'm going to cut out the other ones as well a little bit. So I've done them about 20 mil, okay, and the seal I've done halfway, so about 30. Can you see that? There. Right, so currently the tape, obviously it's been expanding this whole time whilst I've been faffing about, and I don't know, it's probably about 3 mil or so. Right, because I marked these up before, I know what size packers I want, pretty much. Okay, it's pretty much packed. I just need to get it in the right place now. I thought it'd be a bit easier with a laser. I think what I'll do is I'll make out a jig to go on the outside so I can just do that, eh? Right, I know that one's right. Right, I need another air wedge. Or should I just... oh, fuck it. Let's just go. We're in. So I've got... I'm all packed. I've got the air wedges also keeping it in as well. I had to do that one slightly on the side to stop it from moving that way. So it was plumb. I could have done with an extra air wedge. I've got some. So yeah, all packed correctly. The distance from there to there, I've got 18 centimeters there. I've got 18 centimeters there. My drip edge, I've got 27 millimeters. So I was aiming. It's good enough. This is plumb. That size plumb as well. It's not twisted. This is level. Okay, so I can drill now, but I'm not doing that now because a subscriber, Paul, he's contacted me to say hello. He wanted to come around and have a look. He's going to be building a house around the corner. I say around the corner, about 20 minutes away. Yeah, I'll probably see you in like, I don't know, an hour, and then we'll get drilling. Right, didn't do anything more yesterday because we was chatting for a good couple of hours and then it was too dark and cold to do anything. I'm feeling a bit defeated, really. I think I've been taken for a ride with this whole expanding foam tape. It's causing me issues really, and I'm beginning to think it's not even worth it. Right, let's have a look. So that's the bit that I cut off. That's fully expanded now. So first of all, you see this airtight bit. It's like a bit of tape that's on there. See how it goes over both sides? That's almost like a gimmick, because at the end of the day, if you have to cut it out to put packers in, what is the bloody point? So I got obviously stuff to cover the whole frame, and I'm not even sure I really need to do that. Plenty of people get the Compra band stuff, the old style. I think it's 600 or whatever. That's only like 20mm thick, and like people just stuff it in at the front afterwards, if they even do that. And so this airtight tape, I can't really see it doing much. I would have preferred to just get an airtight tape afterwards and just do it then. So yeah, that's one thing. Okay, it's expanded. Can you see it? Yeah. Right. So you know, I said before, some people just think it looks unfinished. I'm not 100% sure about it as well. And the biggest issue that I've got around here, because I got the 2 to 12 stuff, which should have been fine, because, right, if you look at that, so that gap at the top, that's like 8mm there, and like 10mm there. That's what I was thinking, but obviously the bits where the pointing is, it goes in more. Like here's the worst one. So that's like what would you say, 14mm gap. So there's little gaps at the edge. Can you see that? Obviously this will compress anyway. Yeah. So you're supposed to measure between your cavity closers, and then you take your 5mm off. So the gap around the back edge, that's 5mm. That's what it should be. Like that's fine, but the front edge is bigger, and that's where I'm having a problem. This is the roll. Obviously it's compressed at the moment, so it doesn't unravel and expand. This roll, 165 quid. I've got another one of these, and then there's another one that's slightly wider, and that's 240 quid, I think. So this is 2 to 12. What I should have got is 3 to 18. And then maybe it would have filled them little indentations where the mortar is and the pointing. The issue is I bought it 6 weeks ago. They do refunds within 21 days. So what I'm thinking is, obviously I've got this roll. I have to stick with that one. I'm going to see if they will change the other 2 rolls over. I think this is 64mm. The other one I've got for the door is 82. But bearing in mind I need to notch it out anyway for the packers, and that air tightness bit is a load of rubbish. For my frames at least anyway. I'm thinking I should just get the 54 wide roll. And the trouble is I'll be like 3 meters short, so I'll have to get another 20-meter roll. So I'm gonna, if they change the ones I've already got, I'll probably have to pay another like 150 quid on top as well to get the other tape, because I'm gonna have to double down. Now I know what I know. I would never get this super expensive tape ever again, I don't think. What I would do, okay, see this is like a foam rod. It's called backer rod. Okay, you can get it on like 50-meter rolls. It's only like 30 quid. You can get them in different thicknesses from like, I don't know, 6mm up to 25mm if you want. So I get some of this at the right thickness, cheap. I would stuff that in the front side, so from outside, so it just goes back, so it's almost flush with the outside. And then I could use that to silicone round and possibly put some trim on, which I'm actually going to end up doing to these anyway. I'll show you that in a minute. On the inside then, I would get your gun grade spray foam. So this one's a bit mashed up, but it's been outside. If you get one of these, this one's from Screwfix. This has got a twisty thing, and there's metal in here. So what I done, just to test it out, you see that ends there. You see that? I've squashed that with a pair of pliers, so you can actually get in a 5mm gap around the edge, so it's not coming massively out. So it wouldn't really matter if I got expanding foam just on this tiny bit here, because I could cut that off, and I'm covering that up with the insulated plasterboard on the reveals anyway, so it's going to come across to here. So that would have made no difference. So it would have been properly insulated, and I would have got it all sealed as well. I could possibly leave it like that, and maybe just put in some silicone down the edges here. It's a little bit wide. I don't know whether I like it or not. So, you know, when I'm saying about people thinking it was unfinished, if I was to get some aluminium flat bar and put it on the edge, I think I'd just feel better about that. Do you know what I mean? Imagine this was aluminium flat, not as wide as this, and I just went plonk like that. So that trim would cover up all of that. Airwolf going over. Right, so obviously around the other side, it doesn't matter because I've got render or cladding. Over this side I've got the exposed brick edge. So I'm going to get some flat bar, I'll spray it black. This will obviously be way in the future probably. And stick it on. I'm just going to go with this expanding foam tape and use it for around this side on all of these little 6 windows. Because I've got it, I might as well use it, I've paid for it. And it's sealed it properly on the back side, like so firmly. It's good, but in terms of water penetration, I'm not sure I trust it to you, especially with them little gaps. Alright, I'll show you the corners as well. Okay, so despite me pinching the corners like more, it's still too tight, so there's a gap there in the corner, so that needs filling with silicone anyway. I've also decided I don't like these seals. I'm going to email the company and ask them for the seal nose extensions, so they come down here. It's just I don't know, it just doesn't feel right, it doesn't look right, and plus obviously you've got the gap underneath. So yeah, I'd rather just cover that up. So hopefully they won't be too expensive. Hopefully they've got them in black. I wish they would have just sent me these seals like oversized so I could cut them, because I've got these massive gaps at the end. I mean, granted, this one's a bit more exaggerated, but on all of them you can see. So it's going to be a 5mm gap at either side, whereas I would have done it tighter than that probably. I don't know what I'm going to do, just whack a load of bloody silicone down there or something. So I might as well just go with this as it is. It's all lined up, it's all still there. The holes, that one's fine, that one's fine. I messed up on this middle one, I don't know what happened. So I'm going top edge of brick there. So hopefully that won't fracture and I won't have any issues. And Arthur's stuck to me like glue, ain't ya? Because Mummy's gone out, so you have to be there, Daddy. And every time I walk over there to get something, he follows me. Look, ready? I'm not going anywhere. Where are you going? Also remember, this is the bottom side of the frame, so that hasn't got the foam in, like the thermal enhancement like this one just here. So I was thinking of taking the thermal enhancement out, and you know, I was complaining about not being able to use brackets. I was trying to figure out whether I could get some like flat bar like this and bend it like into a Z shape. So it go, there's a strap, bends down and then across, but I can't do that. I don't know whether you can make it out, but there's an extra like lip here, which I'd have to also remove, and then it'll be hard to get a fixing in still. And then I would have put the foam back in, but I think that's probably going to be too much aggro, eh? It's in place, so I'm just going to drill it. And then we'll have a look. Just drilled it there. That's another issue, brick dust. So like this foam's dusty now. Does that ever wash off? I have no idea. Load of crap. These are from Screwfix, Easy Drive light duty concrete screws. So it does say here, ideal for light to medium duty fixing. These are 80mm long. I've got 100 as well. But I think, so my frame is like 40mm thick. Hang on. I'm going with 100s because I wanted a minimum of like 40mm into the brick. Because this frame is like 40mm thick, and then I've got the foam, so I'm going to have 50mm in a brick and 50mm here basically. Shit. Right, I just thought I've done the bottom one just to film it so I could just get it on camera, and then I'll crack out the rest. But if I drill above it now, I'm going to get brick dust and it's going to fall into that silicone. Right, so that means you start at the top, yeah? Start at the top and work your way down. Right, I'm just going to crack on with that, and then I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, I think you can safely say, unless you can use straps, then this expanding foam isn't the product to be using. It's a load of crap for this particular, for my frames, it's just no good. For some reason I got away with it on the sides when I was drilling through the brick, but on the top, can you see the fixing there? So when I was drilling through, it grabbed the expanding foam and just like balled it up and twisted it. So there's a lump missing there, there's one missing there, and there's that missing there as well. So where are they? Yeah, this is what happens to it. I tried a different drill bit, didn't make any difference. When it's going into metal like that, it just wants to grab it, and you only just get away with it when there's brick behind it. See, the thing is, like, obviously I've got the roll now. I can't, what else can I do with it? I can't use it for anything else. I might as well just persevere. Maybe I can get like a hole punch and just, or maybe just cut that bit out when I wrap it around the frame. What do you reckon? Right, anyway, look, this is the situation. This is my third video, and I've pretty much had enough now of this going wrong. I mean, it's not fucking the end of the world, is it? But it's just not, I'm not happy with it. And so yeah, I tell you what, I'm going to put the frame, the window frame, the sash bits, whatever the bloody they're called, or casement. Is it casements? I'll put them in. You can watch me struggle do that. Hopefully everything's fine and they close. and then I'm not doing the glass. I'm not going to record it. I'll record it another day, like when I'm in a better mood. Do you know what I mean? Oh, the straps went well. I just put one screw in. I was going to go for 40mm, but it wouldn't grab in these lightweight blocks, so I've done 80s, and then I just cut the end of the strap off, and it's the packer with angle grinder. So yeah. Fuck off. This frame's slightly off. I don't know whether it'll matter once the glass is in, but when I close it there's more of a distance at the top. Well, there was before. Now there's not. And the only reason why that is, obviously there's 3 screws here. This one, can you see where that screw goes? Can you see how they've not lined it up? So they've done it so the bracket ends up there. So if you look, so that bracket is like 2mm off. It should be over there, like that. So you should be able to see the edge of this, like the others. This particular bracket ended up like that. So that's the reason why it was throwing this frame out. Now I can't obviously sort that bit out. I could re-drill another drill bit, or drill another hole and put a fixing in there so I can hold it in there. I didn't think that through straight away, did I? You know where I said I was going to drill it? Well, I couldn't put it there, could I? Because the slider, that's the stop to stop the slider. So I've put hole there, put the screw there, and obviously I couldn't close the window. So I've had to sneak it in there. And can you see how much the other hole was out? I don't know whether you can make that out. But that's off, but at least like 2mm. So that's the reason why this frame was twisted. So I can close it properly now without having to yank on this because the frame was out. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. I suppose we're almost there, eh? Okay, tasks then. I need to contact the company on Monday, it's Saturday's day, to see if they'll swap them other 2 rolls for the 3 to 18mm. I'll use that on the doors. I think that'll be fine because obviously I've got the straps for the doors. I'm going to struggle on with these 6 small windows with the roll that I've already got. I need to figure out a way of it not bunching up at the top, but I suppose it doesn't really matter because I'm doing a flat bar trim around the outside at some point. The other windows that I need to do, the utility room, the cloakroom, there's a landscape one in the gable room, that's what we call it, and then we've got the gable window. I don't reckon I'm going to use expanding foam tape for that, considering how much aggro this has given me. Because obviously I can't use straps for them windows as well, so I think I might just do it the old way, old school. I'm going to use spray foam. I'll get some backer rod, like I said, and just do it that way. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go and take Arthur for a walk, and then I'm going to have some beers, and then I've had enough of dealing with this. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See you later.